Hello everyone and welcome back to our blind Let's Play. It's a journey investigation Miles Edgeworth. My name is FlightlessBird, this is your story scream channel, and today... Oh man, this case is getting crazy. Hope y'all are ready for this because I'm pretty sure I'm not.
That's a crossbow. Wait, you're not really suggesting...
I am. These here sticks, or rather plant support sticks, they make for perfect arrows.
Hiya!
Hope you're all having a wonderful day today. I've done it. I found the common thread that connects the two offices. But this thread has yet to be completely untangled. Even using the arrows, how does this explain how the statues were transported? Furthermore, who could have been who fired these sticks as arrows? There must be a common thread that ties all of these things together.
Mr. Prosecutor, hold up a second. You do realize what happens when you tie a statue to an arrow, right? They don't fly at all.
Right back into the thick of things. Border Crossing Part 2.
So, Babal's statue was draped in the Yatagarazu's clothes, and then shot over there. Even if you fire the arrows from the side, they wouldn't go far with the statue tied to them. I don't think I need to tell you that the primitive statues don't sprout wings. You're a realist after all, aren't you?
The primitive statues didn't sprout wings. Of course they didn't.
Glad you understand. I feel much better already. I was afraid for a second that you were unaware of that crucial fact.
It's only crucial because you're under the belief that wings are necessary to this equation.
What?
You need to free your mind a bit more and let it fly like a bird on the wind. Wow, when I hear free your mind now it makes me want to go watch Matrix. Is Edgeworth Morpheus? The primitive statues flew, but not on a wing. Allow me a bit of your time and I'll explain this mysterious phenomenon to you. Rebuttal!
So, Babal's statue was draped in the Yatagarazu's clothes and then shot over there.
But that incredible scene just happened to have been caught on film, resulting in this photo.
Ha! And what an incredible scene it was! This photo was taken by a freelance photojournalist, right?
Yes, so I hear.
And not every photojournalist is known to be honest, right? Especially not the ones that sell photos of spirits, giant creatures to tabloids.
Yes, I know exactly what you mean. I've seen those sorts of photos many a time in court, and they all seem to be from the same photographer, too. But there have been times when those photos have turned out to be telling the truth. If you had ever stood in a court of law, you would know that it's entirely plausible.
Ha! You really believe the stuff you're spewing right now? A courtroom certainly is a strange place if what you say is true. But there really is something odd about that photo no matter how you look at it. Even if you fire the arrows from the side, they wouldn't go far with the statue tied to them.
But we are in agreement that an arrow by itself would reach the other side, correct?
But just the arrow by itself is pretty meaningless, don't you think, Mr. Prosecutor? Because the things they wanted to smuggle were a lot bigger than nothing.
No, that's not necessarily true.
What?
What I need right now is not further discussion of my conclusions, it's the launching of my conclusions. What the shooter wanted to launch with the crossbow was not the statue themselves, but rather something a crossbow can launch that can be used to move the statues. It's talking about the cord, right?
But was it a statue that was tied to arrows? So what did the crossbow launch?
The wire? The thing the crossbow launched? Allow me to show you the answer.
Well, come on then, show me what you got. But I warn you, I'll know when you're just bluffing.
This is what was launched from the Alabaston office with a crossbow. You know, I really didn't want to show the evidence right now. I wanted to click through his statements, but the game is kind of directing me to it. Finally, we have reached this point in our discussion. For I present to you that which was carried by the arrow from the crossbow.
I get it now, Mr. Prosecutor. I can see exactly what you're trying to say. You're saying that the wire was tied to an arrow and then shot into Mr. Cochin's office.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what we are saying. Really cool angle here.
All the way for the 5th floor near Alabaston Embassy. Down to the 3rd floor of the Bobby's Embassy. If what you're claiming is really what happened, I can see how Alabaster's primitive statue could be moved. Gravity can be used to move the statue down the wire from the 5th to the 3rd floor. But can gravity be defied as the statue is moved up from the 3rd to the 5th floor?
You just know that's where he's going, right? I just feel it. Like, I feel that's where he's going with this argument.
But then, what about Babal's primitive statue? The dark shadow in this photo is clearly flying away from Babal. Going in the opposite way of gravity from the 3rd floor of the Bobby's Embassy up to the 5th floor of Alabaston Embassy. How do you explain that?
Yep, I saw it coming. I saw the trap, and I walked right into it because I didn't know of another way to explain it. Aha, I think I finally see how the gears behind this whole trick works. Really? Because I don't. Agent Lang, the motion used behind this trick. I wonder if perhaps you have yet to envision how it works in your head. Oh, me too.
Motion? What motion?
This is a motion that was employed to smuggle Babal's primitive statue. Rotary? Rotary is like if you crank something, right? I mean, it wouldn't be swing because you couldn't swing like that. And it's not bungee because then you would have to drop it down, just like our organizer says that the pool water was low, which means something hit the pool, splashed the water out, and then the pool refilled. Could that be a thing? I mean, it's crazy enough to work, right? I gotta save here. I think it's crazy enough to work. A lot of bungee action was employed.
Bungee action? Are you saying that the wire acted as a bungee cord and then the statue was hauled up?
That's a simple way of putting it, but yes.
Did you think about the weight of the statue at all? That thing is solid gold. For that thing and reach the office window, the wire would have snapped. But okay, let's consider the idea and say that the wire has the elasticity required. If you fired that kind of wire from a crossbow, The arrow could come sailing back at the person who shot it. Talk about dangerous.
He's absolutely right. That was dumb. I thought
this sort of thing was common knowledge. I'm having a bit of a hard time right now dealing with the jurisdiction thief, who lacks understanding the most basic things like physics, Mr. Prosecutor.
Unfortunately for me, it appears that Agent Lang is correct. I need to calm down and think this through once more. There's only one feasible motion that could have been used to send the statue up, and that's gotta be the rotary. I believe it was done via rotary motion. If the two statues were transported simultaneously.
Simultaneously? Get real! The statues would collide somewhere along the way.
Did I ever say that there was only one line of wire between the two offices? Ooh, that looks pretty. If you shot an arrow with the two ends of a wire tied to it, a circular belt can be formed.
Langsy says, don't object to call it success what is beyond reasonability. Taking into account the tension difference between the two wires. The top one would sag too much to the point where the statues would collide anyway.
Agent Lang, as you know, the Primido statue is a one-of-a-kind national treasure. And the fact that Bobal's statue is a hollow replica of the real statue. It would naturally be lighter than the real one, meaning that my idea is very possible.
Langsy says, hoo-ah!
Okay, well that's probably not the way he said it, but I'll go with it. Here is what I believe happened. Miss Yu and a mysterious co-conspirator set themselves up in two different rooms. The co-conspirator bridged the rooms by shooting the two ends of the wire down on one arrow. Then the two of them covered the statues and proceeded to transport them. After the switch was completed, another arrow was fired, carrying the other end of the wire down to Babal, where it has to be disposed of. How come we don't see the wire in this picture though? And to do that, Miss Yu hid inside the grandfather clock, QED.
Yeah! This proves it, right? Agent Lang, that I'm not the killer. Not yet, sis. Still haven't had my dessert yet. Right, Mr. Prosecutor.
The proof is in the pudding, as it were.
Pudding is a nice dessert. So, do you think you can do it? Can you prove that what happened is what you said happened? Because, remember, if you can't, I'll be taking a certain someone back home with me as a souvenir.
I agree that as long as there is no proof, my hypothesis remains just that. However, what I have laid out is no mere hypothesis, for there is one more piece of evidence.
One more? This should be interesting. You think you have a piece of evidence that will turn your hypothesis into fact? Well then, let's see it, Mr. Prosecutor.
The thing that made it possible to create a circular belt out of a length of wire. I believe that it is right here in this very room. Now then, I believe this is what made the circular belt transportation method possible. I have no idea what it is. I have no idea what it is. I have no idea. Circular. Circular. The fan? Tie one end to it, make it like rotate like this.
Take that.
That actually worked? I'm like, look at this picture. I'm like, I have no idea what it could be in this picture.
Ha! Looks like something.
Darn it. I accidentally pressed the button. I was so shocked that I got it right.
The last piece to the trick. There are two pulleys.
Precisely. The ceiling fans double as pulleys in this case. And thanks to the fact that there is one installed in each of the offices, the ceiling fans made for the perfect pulley set for the wire to run on. This must be it. This is how the smugglers bypass the impenetrable security.
You really are something else, Mr. Prosecutor. I bet you figured it all out already, haven't you? You know who the big hotshot that set up this real-life stage show is, don't you?
The person who set this up, who set up this rather large and complex stage show, needs to be someone who had foreknowledge of the existence of a ceiling fan in both the Alabastian and Babalese offices, and that the passion flower support stakes could be used as arrows. The real mastermind behind the case.
Well, don't you dare make this wolf wait for his food. Why are you so hesitant, Mouse Edgeworth? If you can't say who it is, why don't you present something like you always do?
A single point of the finger here, and this case will explode into an international incident. However, it's already too late for me to stop the forward momentum. It appears that I have no choice now but to rush in. There is a piece of evidence I'll point as to who the mysterious mastermind is. The flowers? Question mark? Could be this too, though.
Take that.
The smuggling could not have been possible without the use of the crossbow. Furthermore, the arrows that were shot by the crossbow were plucked, as it were, from the flower box in this very room. They were planted so long ago that the passion flowers had the time to grow so big that Miss Von Karma didn't even notice the arrows when she visited this room today. On top of all of this, the fact that the culprit knew that both officials had offices had ceiling fans tells us that this person has very detailed information on the embassy's layout. Embassy, right, embassy's layout. So, as you may have already guessed, the person I'm accusing of hatching this plan is the person who grew the flowers in the flower box with the utmost care. Thus, it can only be you, Quercus Alba. Oh, they didn't let me... Oh, man. I was gonna say they didn't let me choose, and then I just realized something. You remember what I said yesterday that it seems like I always seem to be able to figure out what's about to happen next, but never the thing after? I did it again. I thought the reveal of Mastermind would be like towards the end of the case. Because after all, this is only part one, right? Out of probably at least 2 parts, I'd imagine. Maybe 3 or even 4. But already? Huh? Oh, the nuts.
Are you out of your mind, Mouse Edgeworth?
I am certain of what I am saying, and I am sure that he is the culprit.
Tell me, Mr. Prosecutor, what was the ambassador trying to accomplish by doing all that stuff you just outlined? Why in the world would he need to use a trick like that?
I understand your need to doubt me. However, there is one thing that stands out to me as very odd.
Just one thing, huh?
The one single end result Ambassador Alba sought to obtain. If we were to examine the focus of this complex trick, I believe we will finally find the answer to everything. Everything will become clear once we examine this piece of evidence. What piece? This piece? This piece?
You want us to examine this?
Yes, for I believe that by examining it, we will finally have all of our answers.
Lazy says, items that become evidence should never have any part overlooked. All evidence related to this case are fine and don't need to be examined again.
Arg, I got it wrong. It would appear that I was mistaken. Agent Lang is correct. Yeah, well, let me save. Most of the evidence has already gone intense scrutiny. However, there's one piece that has only been partially checked. And that piece, which lies at the heart of the smuggling, is what I should present. Yeah, what's that, Edgeworth? What is that? Maybe it's a badge. Oh boy. Could be the videotape. It's not this, not yet. It's probably not this. Probably not this, not yet. Not the samurai dogs. Counterfeit bills? Huh. I don't know. I don't know. It wasn't that. Could it be? I mean, I only have so many things that I could check, thankfully. The flowers? Nope, not the flowers. Alright, so it looks like I'm at the load here. Now then, if I could ask you to please leave the premises. As you can see for yourself, I am an old man and I'm a bit tired from all of this. Wait, please. I made up my mind. So if you could please leave. Agent Lang, a good job to you as well. Although I don't think we'll ever be meeting again.
What?
Well now then, please respect the request of the Ambassador of the Kingdom of Alabast and vacate the premises. Is this it? As the truth was lost for all eternity. Darn it! Okay, everything will become clear once we examine this piece of evidence. We examined the money, we examined him. Examine those. Not the arrows. Problem is I have so little health. I'm gonna be bouncing back and forth here unless I can figure this out. The heart of this smuggling, is it the ink? No, I don't have ink. Is it the paper document? Nope, not the paper document. Could it be the, could be this. Could it be the guide because the fact they're reuniting? Nope. Struck out again. You know, the worst part about getting things wrong is when you get, like, a game over. Wait, why is my life so low? Ah, because I loaded the autosave instead of my game when I rebooted the game. Basically, what I was trying to say is, when you go back, when you, like, game over, you can't skip the text. So you got that really slow talk of Quackers Alba. And it is just, yeah, it's better just to close the game. But when you close the game, it asks you to load the autosave, and I clicked it yes, so that's why I have so low HP. So, let's go for this one. Nope, that's not it either. Alright, I'll be right back. Okay, I got most of my health bar back now. No. Could it be the statues themselves? Hey! Finally! Because one of them's like hollow, right? Or not hollow, but not real. I would fully understand the reasoning had the situation been the reverse. However, to go through the trouble of swapping the real Primido statue for the fake, I sense a very shady reason for such a bizarre action. Yeah, it only took us, what, 8 tries? And who better to ask for that reason than King Primido himself?
I see. Ambassador, we'll be examining that statue now, with or without your permission.
The dots. Ah, handprint there.
This guy kind of looks like the Steel Samurai, don't you think? Maybe it's because they look like that he was picked to be the Goodwill Ambassador.
I suppose that's possible. Take a look at this area around the base of his neck. It looks like a gap.
Hey, you're right. Maybe it's meant to be some kind of secret.
Perhaps it's possible to open the statue from this gap in its obstruction.
What? Hurry up and open it, Miles.
Alright, here goes. What, it's like a Pez dispenser? Oh, hello.
Wow, it really did open up. Hey, what's this thing that fell out?
Well, even more thorough examination is required. I also want to check out the, These are Mr. Cochin's fingerprints. The fact that they're on here suggests that statue once belonged to Babal.
So, it was smuggled from Babal to Alabasta, huh?
Why was there a need for them to be smuggled it in? Okay, well, let's take a look at this. What in the is this?
Hey, is this what I think it is? It's a plate for making counterfeit bills.
Somehow, it appears that we've at long last arrived at the exit to this complex labyrinth. We finally hold within our hands one of the counterfeit money plates. And the reason why the replica was smuggled into Alabasta to begin with. Counterfeit plate data, okay? The Primido statue can only be handled by the ambassador or the secretariat. And the replica is nothing more than a hollow shell covered in gold. These two circumstances make the statue the ideal object in which to hide contraband. After receiving the statue containing the counterfeit plate from Sheena, the ambassador had the misfortune of accidentally running into Damas II. Surprised by the thief, the ambassador raised the replica statue at Damas II and clung. Then, in order to frame the steel samurai of the murder, he covered the samurai sword in blood. Well, Ambassador Alba,
You're the leader of the smuggling ring. My country is a mess. And it's all because of you. You're the one who killed Damas II.
answer us. I never thought. I never thought that you would figure things out to this level. However, there is one point that I disagree with you on. The head of the smuggling ring was, Mr. Cochin.
Quit screwing around. I have no sympathy for someone who would try to pass the guilt onto a dead man. If there is one thing I'm sure of, it's that you're the real ringleader, quick as Alba.
It's not good to speak with such subjectivity, no Agent Long.
Subjectivity. My conclusion is anything but, and is the result of logic and investigation.
Logic and investigation. Only seconds ago, you were ready to arrest Miss Von Karma. I don't think we could give such flip-floppity logic any real weight to you.
It looks like you still don't get why I came back.
Excuse me?
You see, the reason I came back is so that I could stick my fangs into your wrinkly old neck.
Yes! I knew you wouldn't let me down, Lang. Maybe. I mean, you could just totally be BSing here. That you got it wrong and now you're trying to act cool, but I'm going to believe. I'm going to believe in optimism here.
From the very beginning, my real target has been you.
What?
Agent Lang, I demand an explanation. Sorry, sis. I didn't mean to put you all through that. I knew you were innocent from the very beginning. You did? I knew that this whole incident has been meticulously planned and prepared for. So naturally, the occupant of this room, Ambassador Alba, seemed the most suspicious. But without the ambassador's permission, we couldn't get in to take another look around.
So that's why you put on this big show to accuse Francisca of the murder. Using Francisca as a bait, you're able to gain us entry and investigative rights. You see? I told you, my friends!
Yeah, if I hadn't done that, I doubt the ambassador would have given the okay to poke around. So, that's what this is all about. Very well, I forgive you. But in exchange for us using me as bait, you will take some responsibility and help us find the truth.
Agent Lang, forgive me, it's such a great opening. I thank you. She reminds me a lot of Phoenix and Edgeworth tag teaming together.
Oh, the dots. You know, I just knew, Mr. Prosecutor, that somehow if we were able to find some proof by investigating this room, that you would be able to figure out the real culprit with your special rate of logic.
The evidence detectives collect combined with the logic of a prosecutor. Yeah, I like it. I dig it. That's just as it should be. In a prosecutor detective team, right? Exactly, my friends, you see?
Gee, I don't know about all that.
Oh well, you know, It was good while it lasted.
But one thing I do know is I'm itching to see the old man get what's coming to him.
Oh, you're quite scary when you want to be, aren't you?
Hey, you were the one who was planning to use me to push all the guilt onto the seas. But unfortunately for you, you misjudged me.
Agent Lang, I wish we'd have stopped trying to intimidate me. Oh, what we need right now is evidence and proof. I wonder if you have what is necessary to prove that I am the head of the smuggling ring.
Objection!
Go get him, Francisco.
Don't be such a sore loser. If you really are the head of the smuggling ring, then you should acknowledge your crimes with dignity.
Dignity? Oh, that is nothing more than a fool's insincere display of strength. If you really wish for me to acknowledge my crimes, well, then I would like to first see some of this thing that you call, what is that word? Ah, yes. Evidence.
Grr!
I tell you, I knew nothing, really. I didn't even know that a counterfeit plate was hidden inside that statue. You swapped a real statue that vested in your country the authority to rule for a fake. It doesn't make any sense that you didn't know nothing, or anything, or both. It doesn't make sense. Where doesn't it make sense? Can you prove that it doesn't make sense?
He's really got us. He's turned the entire situation around against us.
The proof that Interpol has been after, which points to this man as the ringleader. If we can somehow find that proof now, then we can see to it that justice is finally served. Is there nothing I can use to break this case wide open? Oh, the exclamated dots. The trump card and the videotape. With those two items, we might be able to finally bring this man down. But the card is evidence from a case that Faraday hid away in secret. And the tape was stolen by Detective Bad from the police. They're both illegal evidence. No matter what, a protector of the law can't be allowed to use such pieces of evidence.
Needless to say, we, our comrades, are committed to achieve nothing but victory! And by any means necessary!
The only way to bring someone like that to justice was to do so outside the courts. That's what we thought at the time. I no longer follow the path of Manfred von Karma, and I won't follow the path of the Yatagaratsu. This leaves me with what? What creed will I believe in? If I want to pursue the truth, then I will sully my hands in illegality. And if I want to pursue justice, then I will lose the truth. What is the law? And what is justice? And which path is a prosecutor supposed to follow? That choice is one I must make by my own hand here and now. I need to save. This looks like a turning point, doesn't it? I mean, this obviously looks like a turning point. The correct answer should be don't use the trump card, you alright? That's what I believe we should do. Let's do what I believe we should do first. We're better than that. I am a prosecutor, and I can't allow myself to use evidence such as these.
Mr. Edgeworth, if you don't do something, Ambassador Alba is going to get away with it.
I know, but...
What are you holding back for? The only thing that a bad karma should pursue is the perfect proof. If you really do have what it takes to complete our argument, then there is absolutely no reason to not use it. Longzi says, the reason people judge people is because people are people. People weren't born to be chained to the law. Laws were born to protect the people. You're the only one here right now who can put this guy out to pasture. And that is the only way a second or third generation of Zan-Fei's people will be born. Can you really still hesitate when the fate of a nation rests in your hands?
There is no limit to the law. Any limit that exists was set there by man. When a person goes beyond that limit, then the law too crosses into new territory. For what reason were laws invented? The answer to that is what I must now show. Ambassador Alba, I wonder if you might recognize this. Okay, so it looks like we're gonna show it anyway. Oh, I wonder what that card is. I've never seen that before in my life. It's a director's card used by the leader of the ring to relay instructions to his subordinates. Oh, is that what it is? This card was sent to the real culprit behind the KG-8 incident 10 years ago. A man by the name of Mr. Manny Cochin. Oh, so why do you have such a card in your possession? Because it was hand-delivered to me by a certain great thief, the Yatagarasu. The Yatagarasu gave that to you? Don't talk nonsense, let's be serious, Mr. Edgeworth. Do you have any proof that the card contains directions from the ringleader? I'll have you know that the card is not the only thing that I was given. What? This contains security footage that was shot just before the start of the KG-8 incident. The KG-8, it's what's it? The card in the video. These two pieces of evidence are what will seal your fate. Oh, that's very interesting. I must admit, I am very curious now. Very curious indeed in these case-deciding pieces of evidence that you presented. The prey the Yatagarasu has been chasing all this time now stands before me. I can't allow this man who has had free reign for 10 long years to simply walk away. Now is the time for me to bring to fruition the valiant spirit that was given to me. March 15th, 1:34 a.m. I think this might be a great time to stop, actually. I started recording really late today, and I also did some tech work with my awesome, amazing friend Ashenda Fimus, who you should definitely go check out sometime on Twitch. But I did some tech work with her because I was trying to figure out a way to properly record audio for The Devil in Me that I'm going to be doing with Moose Gaming sometime Saturday/Sunday. So because of that, and because of other things, I'm going to call it a stop here. Love you all so very much. Thank you for everything. Y'all are the best. Y'all are the greatest. Can't say how much I appreciate you guys. Until next time on a blind Let's Play, it's Attorney Investigation Miles Edgeworth. So long, and take care. Thank you for watching this video. Feel free to comment on what you saw and what you'd like to see next. I always love to hear your thoughts. But before we go, please remember that you matter, and you are brilliant, and you are loved, and you should always be true to yourself. Never let the world tell you any different. Much love to you from your friendly, feathered, flightless bird.